Hello, and welcome back to Spiritual Maintenance. This is my second to last video of my Chakra series, Power Center series, whatever it is you want to call. And this is where we tie it all together, where we become that pillar of light that we are. This is also known as the Hara line. If you are from India, there's other names they have for it as well, but essentially it's the pillar of light. I like to see it as like a chord on a harp, and how every chord has a different frequency. So do we. So when we call out to the divine, we each have a different frequency that spirit can hear. Also, and I'm hearing together we play a beautiful tune that we call to each other. Interesting. So once you're connected, you can hear those around you. It's like when you're walking through the supermarket, you're shielded, except for those who also are connected to the divine harp. It's almost like they light up for you. You can see them through the crowd and they can see you. Wow. Okay. So I'm going to use this visual for you. So this is where we're grounded into the earth. So those lower chakras, that fire being the sacral, is that energy that is given to the earth to create. Up here is the higher heart, and also known as the sacred heart. And that is that connection with the divine, with the spirit. And then right up here, so there's the crown chakra, but then there's another power center right on top of that, and that is where you go online. You connect to the divine. And then once you connect, so in the exercise that I'll be posting, I'm going to talk you from the sacral down into the earth. You're going to ground. We're going to come back up. We're going to go to the sacred heart, and then we're going to go straight up to the divine, connect there. Then you're going to come down, and we're going to turn all the power centers online. It's like a spiral that starts with the root and spirals up, kind of like a generator. So it gets going, and as soon as all are turned on, then this right here, our personal star, our soul, our spirit, is then activated, and it goes into all of these energetic layers. So there's the emotional, the mental, the spiritual, etc. And I will label each layer in the exercise that I do. So, and then as those go out, you will notice that those lower frequency individuals, they can't come into your aura, or it's like they're deactivated when they're in your presence. It's like they can't think, they can't speak, and it's because of the difference in vibration. And that's another reason to keep your vibration up, because as soon as you start going down, that's when all of the attachments come in. And that's also, speaking of, like, I don't want to say demons, but essentially that's what it is. When you have those lower energies that create an entity, they can attach to you at lower frequencies because they feed off of that fear, the guilt, the grief, despair, all of that. But when your frequency's up, people can send entities your way and they can't attach, so then they have to go back. And as we go along in this channel, I'll explain that more. But it's all about keeping that frequency up, and the way you keep your frequency up is you keep your connection with spirit online, because they can't come if spirit's in you, because we're all vessels. We're all all vessels of creation, and that is where that free choice comes in of, do you walk with the divine, or do you choose to, as I call it, choose your own adventure? And that's where you take control of your life, and you are the one moving forward, and you're not constantly listening into your intuition. You're just kind of doing what you want, which then you find always leads you back to spirit, because you hit rock bottom and you have no other choice but to look up because you've hit the bottom. Okay, so so once you're connected, what happens is that healing light will come down, it will heal you, and it will continue down into the earth, and it heals the earth through you. So we essentially are all healing the earth the more we connect with spirit. And as it talks about in Revelation, the heaven coming down to the earth, so it finally unites. That's what we're doing. That's how heaven is able to unite with earth, is because we are connected to both, and so it has no choice but to eventually come. So the more we share this information, and the more we help heal those around us, the faster the end will come, which is not the end. It's eternity, but we get to that state of euphoria, however you pronounce that. Okay, so you give it a minute to see if spirit has anything else to add. Okay, once you connect, and you have that light, this is a term that I've heard a lot on YouTube as well, of your light irritates their demons. So you just being that pillar of light, you'll have people that come into your field, and they're not going to like you because by comparison, it's like a little rock standing next to a diamond. It's just like, bro, stop shining. You're making me look awful. It's that same concept. So just know that, just stand there, hold space, recognize it's them, it's not you, and you just keep shining. And then once they are able to face their demons, they'll come back around to you, or you'll notice they just leave your life, which honestly, it's a win-win. So just hold that frequency, and do not feel guilty about it. Okay, so that is it, and I will get the pillar of light exercise posted as soon as I can, and I will talk soon. Bye.